That's the life we know. From the fields to the table, every bite it shows. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home.
What do we stand for? We stand for possibility, for the belief that every tomorrow begins with a choice made today. We stand for growth, for curiosity that pushes boundaries, for knowledge that prepares you not just to adapt, but to lead. We stand for community, for minds that don't just think, but connect, for hands that don't just build, but uplift. We stand for experiences that shape you, for friendships that anchor you, for courage that carries you beyond this place. Here you become more than a student. You become a maker of solutions to them yourself. This is where purpose.
Start your day with Sunrise Breakfast Show. The flagship morning show country. Expert analysis on government policies and their impact. The latest in local and international sports. Catch us on Topstar, channel 110, and follow us on Facebook at PTV2 Zambia.
Sunrise Breakfast.
Sunrise Breakfast Show, only on Prime TV2, the home of breaking news.
What is love if you don't give it away?
Want to charm a woman anyway, because you are built to pursue.
A purpose marriage, really, and it takes a lot of intentionality.
True companionship is not proximity. It is a mutual knowing. Intentional love will always win. Join us for Love Diaries, where couples share their love stories, play fun games, and more. Love Diaries, where love is honest, learning is constant, and conversations matter. Love Diaries, love will always win.
Look at some of the stories making headlines. The Anti-Corruption Commission probes Mundubile over alleged payments for undelivered work. A critical water crisis hits Kazungula's Makumba area as over 700 households depend on single broken. And welcome to News Flash on Prime TV2, the home of breaking news. We're coming to you live on Topstar, channel 110, and streaming on our Facebook page, PTV2 Zambia. Now let's take a look at the stories making headlines. The Anti-Corruption Commission probes Mundubile over alleged payments for undelivered work. A critical water crisis hits Kazungula's Makumba area as over 7,000 households depend on as over 700 households depend on single broken hand pump. Teachers' unions outraged over Senanga arrest as they warn of collapse in schools' discipline. With the news in detail, my name is Rhoda Mlenga. The Anti-Corruption Commission has issued a warning to Tonse Alliance President Brian Mundubile over a matter involving road construction contracts valued at 1.5 billion kwacha, which he is reported to have an interest in. ACC acting head back to 2016 and involves a company. ACC officers, Mr. Chisenga stated that the legal team had advised Mr. Mundubile to provide a brief response, indicating that the issues being raised had already been addressed previously. He has, however, questioned why the matter has resurfaced after such a long period of time. Let's take a look at what transpired.
Bringing you live pictures from the Anti-Corruption Commission head office here in Lusaka, where Mr. Brian Mundubile has been summoned by the Commission to appear for questioning in line with an ongoing investigation.
We are in an election year. We are going for elections this year in August, and obviously these things have started happening. I will leave it up to people to judge.
It's been alleged that he's being investigated for some payments that were received by the companies with which he was associated for work that was not done. The lawyers had advised him to give a one-line response, basically to explain to the Anti-Corruption Commission that these queries that are coming way after the time when the work was done had already been responded to, and that these accounts that are being queried now had been subjected to a forensic audit. Each one of the transactions that has been queried now had been subjected to a forensic audit, and the audit established that there was no work that was done for which payment was made, or there were no payments that were made for work that wasn't done. So
Mr. Mundubile is actually the Tonse Alliance president, as he was elected following a convention that was held on the 29th of January 2026, beating Reverend Danny Pule, who emerged with 39 points, as Mr. Mundubile actually emerged victoriously with about 129 points from the said convention. Mr. Mundubile promised that he's going to uphold the commission and also lead it through into victory in the August election against President Hakainde Hichilema. And Mr. Mundubile will be contesting on the FDD party. And also of importance is that Mr. Mundubile was actually arrested by police on the 19th of March 2026, whilst he was at the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport trying to board a flight. After he was arrested, he was charged with an offense of abetting, aiding, and cancelling hate speech in line with a Facebook page called Munyaule Zambia. So it is alleged that Mundubile is actually the one behind the said Facebook page Munyaule Zambia, which has apparently been posting hate speech and defamatory remarks. And this particular matter is yet to come before the Lusaka Magistrate Court for trial. So in this particular matter, Mundubile was released on police bond amounting to 50,000 kwacha. Also of importance is that Mundubile is one out of the 9 members of parliament who took a matter to the Lusaka High Court, where they are actually asking the court to overturn an election of material member of parliament Mao Sampa as Patriotic Front president. So the Mundubile, along with the others, want the court to declare the election of Mao Sampa as PF president now and void, because the process did not follow or abide to the PF constitution. So they said MPs are awaiting judgment in this particular matter that is before the Lusaka High Court. Also to mention, this is also just one out of the many cases involving the Patriotic Front Party where Mr. Mundubile is actually a member. So another matter before the Kabwe High Court where the front to not go to a convention, as this is going to cause more damage to the Patriotic Front Party. Some supporters that were about 3 people who've actually been apprehended and taken into police custody. And one of the apprehendees, or one of the persons that has been apprehended, actually had a pistol on him, and police have since recovered one pistol from the said man, who has also been taken into police custody.
Over 700 households in Makumba area of Kazungula district in Southern Province are relying on a single hand pump for access to drinking water. The situation has made it difficult for residents to access clean water, as the only available facility is frequently broken down. In response to the crisis, Response Network, a non-governmental organization, has initiated the installation of a water reticulation on the local community. Colombo Tamwanangombe has,
with funding from Norwegian Church Aid and Dutch Church Aid, so as to respond to the difficulties faced by locals. Local people are grateful for this development.
Kubana basijigolo kwalikunga na bazwa blegi bana bajigolo bayinkaguya bahoja nabayi ichiyo chimiji yakumamani no bamwe bana bamuka kulindirana akagujuka yakamanza sokunoguja amanza
witumela waka kikwitumela kuba response network abalufire mezi ona nyalwinzi mwamanyando
nekwakazoba kaguju aka kwalikunga kuima line kukuguja eno baba bantu banjirwa chipara no mazwambo basika buyo aumuhajuralia tupompitunji tobakatupa.
The water reticulation system will benefit over 300 pupils at Makumba Primary School and also about 750 households nearby. Kazungula District Commissioner Elias Samibila says this move resonates well with President Hakainde Hichilema's directive that all schools in Zambia must have running water.
These children must be safe. If we don't protect Babana, then who is going to protect them? So Response Network have gone beyond that to provide us water both for people and the animals. So ndamba guti ababana twabachingirira ndorusumpuko rw'abana Makumba. Kambo umibuzuba komwe kayoba kinga Debs. Komwe kando kaba kinga Head. Komwe kando kaba kinga President.
Julius Simfukwe is head of programs at the Response Network.
Out of the 156 schools in Kazungula district, Response Network has contributed 35 schools that have started on self-help. And out of these 35 community schools, Response Network through the support
and the district education office in Kazungula, the water reticulation system has been put up at a cost of not more than 300,000 kwacha. Kwalombota Mwanangombe reporting, Prime TV News, in Kazungula district of Southern Province.
Unions have expressed shock and disappointment at the recent turn of events in which teachers unions say the development risks undermining authority in classrooms and weakening discipline in schools. The Basic Education Teachers Union of Zambia has demanded that all charges against teachers be dropped unconditionally, arguing that the matter should instead be handled administratively. Meanwhile, the Zambia National Union of Teachers is calling for calm, urging all parties to prioritize dialogue over confrontation.
Arrest of 5 teachers in Sinanga accused of beating a 15-year-old pupil has shocked teachers' unions across the country. The development has triggered concern and strong reactions, with calls for calm, dialogue and a rethink of how such disputes are handled. The Zambia National Union of Teachers says the matter should not escalate into a prolonged legal battle.
Not only those 5 teachers, but many teachers countrywide will be affected. They will not handle the pupils the way they are supposed to be handled when instilling discipline in them. They will have some reserve. Even this child will not have peace of mind if those teachers are going to be jailed, then he's in that same school.
Professional Teachers Union of Zambia General Secretary Kangwa Msenge is calling for a coordinated and less public approach to resolving the matter.
To see a bright future, we must definitely tone down, and the parents must guide so that we see the best of this child. Otherwise, as a union, we are not happy, and we shall join all forces to see to it that the teachers are freed. Actually,
the Basic Education Teachers Union of Zambia has also weighed in, outlining its position amid the escalating debate.
The tools would want to caution the nation that Zambia must not allow indiscipline to erode the authority of teachers or the values of our education system. Threatening of teachers by anyone, and I repeat, anyone, be it a pupil or a member of community, is totally unacceptable under any circumstances. We reject the path taken in some Western nations where the neglect of discipline has
contributed to tragic gun culture in schools, where we've seen pupils shooting other pupils, offloading their bullets on innocent teachers. We caution against this.
And Secondary School Teachers Union of Zambia has taken a firm stance. The union has vowed to ensure the arrested teachers receive justice, with General Secretary Anton Mukanda confirming that a legal team is being deployed to Senanga to defend them.
And it's for that reason that we have resolved as a union that we are going to provide free legal aid to all the teachers that have been arrested in Senanga. As a matter of fact, we've assembled a team of dedicated lawyers that will be led by myself to travel to Senanga over this weekend so that we can go and ensure that the teachers receive the due process of the law. We will fight for the rights of those teachers till the last drop of our blood to ensure that they are given the justice that they deserve.
In other news, Acting Lumezi District Commissioner Melvin Malasha has called on the Lumezi Fund bursaries are funding courses that truly matter to the local economy. Speaking during a joint monitoring visit to 34 students benefiting from CDF sponsorships at Ukwimi and Chipata Trades Training Institutes, Mr. Malasha urged colleges to help students develop an entrepreneurial mindset in order for them to know exactly what to do with their new skills after graduation. He also stressed the importance of tailoring courses to regional needs to boost enrollment, noting that many people currently shy away from skills training. Details are in the following report.
Lumezi Town Council, working with the district administration, have embarked on the monitoring of students sponsored under the Constituency Development Fund CDF bursary schools component to see how they are faring in their academic performances. Acting Lumezi District Commissioner Melvin Malasha has, however,
the local authorities, is what we are looking at is that a lot of people are shying away from skills because they feel like it doesn't add value to their lives. So how about if you local skills training colleges around start creating programs that speak exactly to what districts like Lumezi need, so that when you come to advertise, they don't just come, attend, and go back. It should be something that can have impact on their lives. So
CDF for us, we feel we will have more numbers in because we went as far as Chitunguru, Kazembe.
Lumezi Town Council Secretary Mary Sinkala says that students who graduate under the sponsorship of CDF will be assisted to establish their own businesses using the skills acquired.
After the interactions with them, because we actually encourage them that they shouldn't depend on getting a job, either from government or any institutions, but as they are learning these skills, they should apply themselves so that at the end of it all, once they complete, they should be self-reliant. They can employ themselves as well as employ others. Because the skills that they are doing, they are able to make their own money and then a living and improve their livelihoods. And as a local authority, we are encouraging them so much that they should, once they graduate, they should form up some clubs, youth clubs, so that it's easier for us to identify them.
Meanwhile, the students spoken to have expressed the happiness to be part of the youth sponsored for skills trainings.
Ine bazari yantandiza because my parents vanga swanga kwanise kunyilipirira ma farmers. So na ine yantandiza. Ma yothokoza kuboma, nimathokoza tana chitabwino kuleta ko bazari. Because tana ambiri tiri kuno ku school because ka bazari. Kuti kwezebe bazari sembe tambiri tinakwatiwa. Kuli system yokwatiwa fast sembe nakwatiwa.
Christopher Basilio Banda, Prime TV News in Chipata, Eastern Province.
The Luapula Chamber of Commerce and Industry has disclosed that preparations for the second edition of the Luapula Expo are progressing well. Chamber President Sean Mwelwa says the institution is working hand in hand with the provincial administration to ensure the successful hosting of the event. Mr. Mwelwa has also commended PTV2 Zambia for its coverage of the expo, noting that the media exposure has significantly enhanced publicity for the upcoming event. He also disclosed that the expo will take place from the 20th to the 24th of April 2026, and that President Hakainde Hichilema is expected to grace the occasion. We have more details in this report.
And I think I have to make mention that we as the Chamber of Commerce, together with the provincial administration, we are working together to make sure that this Luapula Expo, the Luapula Expo, becomes a reality and we score success. And so I think we are very happy that we can see Prime taking keen interest, because we need publicity. We need to work with the media to see to it that our people are aware about the Expo and that this Expo is known to everybody, and then we are ready to host this expo. So the preparation are going very well. We are interacting with investors, both local and international, and we hope that when His Excellency, when the President comes, the Republican President of Zambia comes, we are going to have everything in place. And the issue is to see how best the economy of Luapula can improve from where it is to another level. So we really need investment. It would be very much to know, to ask, which areas of investment opportunities do we have? We have 8 areas where we are looking at investors to come and invest. And that's to do with energy, infrastructure, agriculture, tourism, education, health, and transport. These are areas, semantic areas, that we would like the investors to take in interest so that we can have investment in these areas. You agree with me? In terms of health, I can talk about health. That we only have Mansa General Hospital for the entire province. We refer the patients, to Copperbelt, sometimes to Lusaka. We need the private sector to come and set up, a private hospital here, or even support the government what they are doing. I think this Luapula Expo is very critical and is very important, so that we can see all these things we are talking about can be, can become a reality.
And that item ends the news flash on Prime TV2. Let's take a recap of the stories that made headlines. The Anti-Corruption Commission probes Munduvile over alleged payments for undelivered work. A critical water crisis hits Kazungula's Makumba area as over 700 households depend on single broken hand pump. Teachers' unions outraged over Senanga arrests as they warn of collapse in school discipline. Thank you so much for staying with us. But for these and other stories, do like our Facebook page, that is PTV2 Zambia. On behalf of the entire news and production crew, my name is Rhoda Mlenga. Stay tuned.